morning and welcome to MCC's Community Spotlight weekly radio program right here on WFLT. I am Dale Wayhill, the Associate Vice President for Institutional Advancement at Mock Community College. Welcome faithful listeners and welcome new listeners to the show. Happy to have you here. I'll say this for the last time because I feel like most of you already know, but our faithful leader, Dr. Beverly Walker-Graffia, she has now retired from Mock Community College. Was our president up until the end of June. She hosted this show for a number of years, and hopefully you all believe she's left it in good hands with me as your new host. So again, I'm Dale. Happy to be here. Happy Saturday morning. I can't believe July is passing us by so quickly, but let's get right into it. Our show today is actually about something called the Summer Youth Initiative, which is a program of the Flint and Genesee Education and Talent Initiative. We've got Brianna Mosier here, who's the executive director of the Flint and Genesee Education and Talent. That's a component of what, Brianna? Tell me. I know there's lots of names and lots of acronyms.
Yes, it is a component of the Flint and Genesee Group. So we're a regional economic development organization. My division, Flint and Genesee Education and Talent, focuses on talent development, retention, and attraction from the time teens are in high school all the way until when individuals are actively participating in the workforce.
Fantastic. And this is sort of your area as part of the constellation of the chamber and economic growth and development and training. It's all in one organization. You get to do the fun part, though, it sounds like.
Yes, the funnest part. We believe that an important part of economic growth here in the area is focusing on our young people. And so Summer Youth Initiative gives our teens who go through our Teen Quest program the opportunity to apply those learnings in a summer work experience. And we're so happy to have some employers on today, some of our teens on today to talk about what their experience with the program has been thus far.
Fantastic. So it goes by SYI for short, right? Summer Youth Initiative. When did the program begin originally? I know it's been around a number of years, and tell us, what the components are and what it looks like, the age range of the students involved, and about some of the organizations where they're placed.
Yeah, so like you said, the program has been around for quite some time, and we can't talk about Summer Youth Initiative without talking about Teen Quest, because while this work component is what came first, what we were hearing from employers was that, we do want to hire and invest in teens, but sometimes they're just not ready to enter the workforce. And so as a solution to that, we created Teen Quest, sort of this pre-employment training so that our students can learn about communication, teamwork, interviewing, building a resume to really prepare them for the culminating event, which is our SYI job fair in May, where they then get to put all of their hard work into practice, interview with employers from around the county. So this summer in particular, we have about 30 employers participating, over 200 students working. They can find the employer that feels like the right fit for them and their career interests, and then have a summer work experience with them over the course of 6 to 8 weeks.
That's fantastic. And you're in
Yeah.
charge of this.
Well, I oversee the team, but we have a ton of people who make it happen. We've got in-office administrative staff. We've got Teen Quest facilitators who are out at our various sites and at the job fair, making sure that our teens feel really confident in interviewing and in what kind of work experience they're looking for.
Fantastic. Now, it's my understanding that there's outside funding that supports this program every year. Who's the funder, and do the teens get any sort of compensation, any sort of monetary value to the work they put in, other than developing those important soft skills that you referenced?
Yeah, developing those skills are an important part of it, but the teens are working and we want to make sure that they're compensated for that. So we're very lucky to have funding from generous sponsors such as the CS Mott Foundation, Ruth Mott Foundation, Huntington Bank Foundation, United Way, just to name a few. They help us not only fund the program, but make sure that the teens are compensated fairly for their work.
Wonderful. And you may have said this, but the what schools are the teens from? Is every high school represented represented in the county, or
Every
most?
high school isn't represented, but every high school is eligible to participate. So we run after school programming in schools across the county. We also added a virtual option during COVID. And so if we're not going to be on site at a teen's high school location, they can always enter into the virtual session. We're going to be running a summer session next week to help qualify some more teens for next year. So all schools across the county are eligible to participate. All employers across the county are eligible to participate as well. And I do want to make note, we believe in this program so much. We have two full-time team members who are graduates of Teen Quest and SYI. And one of those team members in particular completed her SYI at Mott. So I'm really excited for the students to share more on what this experience has meant to them, but really, for them to complete their experience and hopefully leave with a good understanding of what it is that they want to do beyond graduation.
Right. Okay. Well, I love it. And if so, let me back up a second. Program has started, and the teens are placed. They're at the organizations, 200 or so, and then 30 different. And this is a mix of nonprofits and for-profit and
Yes, yep. So
public entities.
we've got Ma and Hand of Hope represented here today. We have other organizations participating, such as Mara Technologies out in Holly, Davison Parks and Rec, Flint River Watershed Coalition, you name it. The students really have the opportunity to get a variety of work experiences. And the great thing is that once they complete Teen Quest, they're eligible to do SYI until they graduate. So, they might be at Mott or Hand of Hope this summer. They might be at Flint River Watershed Coalition next summer. So it gives them an opportunity to dabble in a lot of different places of employment, meet new people, and really sharpen their skills before graduation.
And I assume it's too late to get in for youth or employers into this year's program. Is that correct?
Yes. Yep. But
So,
we will start recruitment again in the spring. So if an
okay, the
employer
spring
is
of
listening,
2025.
yes, if they're listening and interested, they can contact us at any time. We'll get them on the list. Too late for teens to opt into the program this summer to work also. But like I said, we are running a summer Teen Quest program next week, the 22nd through the 26th at Sylvester Broom. And we run, sessions all throughout the school year.
So if anyone has heard something that you've said that has interested them, what's the easiest way for a listener to get a hold of Brianna Mosier?
The easiest way would be to go to our website because there you can hear more about all of our great programs, teens and adult programming. And that website is educateflintandgenesee.org.
Okay, educateflintandgenesee.org.
Yes.
Thank you, Brianna.
Thanks, Gail.
I know, I'll just say for our listeners, I know Bree in this role, but she's a fantastic community leader in many other respects, volunteer, board member for nonprofits, and is always there when this community needs her. So thank you for being with us today.
Thanks so much.
You're welcome. So let's turn to one of those employers that is hosting Summer Youth Initiative students. We have with us Tiara Blassingame. Is that how I say it?
Yes,
Tell us about is it a company or is it a nonprofit?
we have a nonprofit.
Okay, tell us about your nonprofit. Is it Hand of Hope?
Yep, Hand of Hope. We help disadvantaged youth here locally in Flint reach their full potential. And we're also fortunate enough to have a thrift store on Miller Road that helps to fund our work. So the students get an opportunity to not only be exposed to the thrift store experience, but also to interact with the youth for our programming as well.
Okay, so it sounds then, how many SYI students do you have, and give us some examples of what they're doing?
Yep, we're so fortunate. We have 5 Summer Youth Initiative students this year, and they range from freshmen to juniors. And it's so neat to see the growth from students that have participated for multiple years and how we're able to help different skills with those. So my junior that has done this for the second year, she works more on our marketing and some eBay opportunities, where some of our freshman staff that are just getting used to the experience, they may deal more with some of the the sorting at the store, and even just developing their interpersonal skills as well as what it takes to hold a job. I was able to encourage one of the students today that when you're going to be late, it's helpful to be able to inform the boss that that's going to get ready to occur. So offering them opportunities of growth and correction as we sow those seeds of greatness into them as they're here. Mhm.
Love it. Is this your, it sounds like you've had SYI students for a number of summers now. Is that right?
It's my second year in the program, and I can't
Second
tell you
year.
how grateful we are for the opportunity and how well run the Summer Youth Initiative program is.
Okay. If you would, I mean, without identifying the name of one of the students, maybe talk about the growth that you've seen in one or two of them. Just give us like a specific example.
Yeah, so my older student that does have some general character skills and job skills, it's been really neat to be able to expose her to how to advance her marketing skills, how to use some of her technology skills to apply that to our eBay store. And she actually wants to go into business. So having conversations with her about the process and how she can kind of pursue some of those things as she goes forward.
And how did you learn about this opportunity originally? This is your second summer. How did you get connected with Brianna and her team?
That's a good question. I am connected to the chamber, as we are a chamber member. And I'm sure I just kind of came across the grant opportunity. So grateful last year because we really had just opened our store. So we were so thrilled that the process was so easy for us to apply and to be one of those vendors that are able to support the youth.
So you made me think of this. So it's really it's not just saying you want to be involved and send us these students. You actually have to fill out what you refer to as a grant application. Tell us how rigorous that is and what are some of the kinds of things, and Brianna, if you want to jump in too, what are the kinds of things an employer has to to? Because this is a serious undertaking to you're bringing young people on and you're responsible for them and their learning and their safety and other things. So what do you have to jump through to get there?
Well, it is on the grant pendulum. It is on the easier side in comparison to a lot that we've seen, but there is some detailed question and answers. You do have to create a budget to demonstrate the need and to be able to support those students as well. And again, the need and opportunity to be able to work independently with the youth.
Okay. Tell me, for an employer that's listening today, whether a nonprofit or public agency or a company that's a for-profit, what are the top two or three reasons you'd recommend they participate in something like this starting maybe next summer?
I think especially from a nonprofit perspective, it can be such a challenge to be able to accomplish the many responsibilities you have as a nonprofit. So to be able to partner with Summer Youth Initiative to not only again, help the youth develop, but to really utilize those skills to be able to accomplish some of those tasks so that sometimes we can focus on the bigger picture and the many other responsibilities that we have as well. So I've been encouraging other local nonprofits that aren't as familiar with the program to really consider applying next year because it's really been a blessing the last 2 years being part of the program.
Fantastic. Well, I appreciate you being on the show this morning, Tiara. Hang out with us. Don't go away, because we may bring you and Bree back at the end for a little bit of wrap up. So, why don't we turn now? We're bringing it home to Mott Community College. No better person to kick this part of the show off than my dear friend, Daphne Epps. Let me get your title right, Daphne. Hold on just a second here. Director of Youth Services. Am I right?
That is absolutely correct.
Under the Workforce and Economic Development Division. Is that right?
Absolutely.
At Mott Community College.
The best. Absolutely.
The best and 101 years old this fall. So, Daphne, tell us about what you do at Mott and specifically what you do related to this Summer Youth Initiative program.
Fantastic. Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. I am the Director of Youth Services for, as Dale said, the Workforce and Economic Development Division, where I manage 6 different youth programs, aging from 14 up to 26. I go anywhere from teaching young adults how to become young professionals, all the way to training and providing them different career opportunities, to making sure that they get across the graduation stage and then into employment, short-term training and or degree. So the plethora of youth programs that we serve, that I serve in my team, and we absolutely love it.
Why is it important to you? I can hear it in your voice, and I know you well enough to know you have passion around developing young people. Tell us where that passion comes from and why you believe so deeply in this.
There sometimes these young adults are lost for whatever their background, whatever's going on in their world. And so to be the avenue, to be that person that can say, come on, we got you. I can encourage you. I have a team. We will make sure that you are safe, that you have a safe place to learn, to grow, to be yourself, and to become your best self. It is a passion beyond compare. I just cannot share. For the last 12 years that I've been working with these young adults, to see them in the different programs that I manage, to see them coming in very nervous, very afraid, not quite sure how and what to do, to be able to have an awesome staff that will encourage, inspire, teach, train, and as they go through these different stages of life, we see them. They come in with their head down, but then they leave out with their head up, very, very strong, very focused on what their next can be. And to be a part of that is just absolutely amazing for me.
Yeah. You know, our tagline at the college is changing lives for a changing world. And a lot of times organizations just have a tagline and it sits there. But what you're describing is one of the many ways Mott Community College lives out that mantra, changing lives for a changing world.
Yes, absolutely. We are
And
creating, and the other, cliche is the youth are our future. Well, I take pride in making sure a little bit of Mott and little bit of Miss Daphne goes along with these young adults as they walk into their future.
so I've witnessed you in person with some of these SYRs, not this summer, but I want to say it was 2 summers ago. We
Yeah.
were having drive-in movies here outdoors on Mott's campus, and it was kind of in the middle of the pandemic, and we're trying to provide things that are healthy, and so we're outdoors, and you had this flock of SYI students kind of following you around, and but you had them working, and that was just really great to see because there was so much teamwork, and each of them contributed as an individual to the end product. So why don't you, if you would, for the listeners, share some of the other things that SYI students are doing and have done at Mott Community College in the summer?
Well, that is a great example because being a part of the SYI program, these young adults have to learn service and learn community and learn giving back. And so that's what that project, the drive-in, that was one of their service projects where they volunteered. And they set up the concession stand. They sold the popcorn, made the hot dogs. And they first was grumbling, but then we couldn't get them to leave by the end of it. But they did work as one. And that's another thing that we teach. Life is about being a team. You cannot do anything being alone. So they really grasped that. We've had our July 4th cookout at the college. So these young adults are able to participate in that event. We've had community events and recruitment opportunities, and our young adults get out there and work right along with the staff. Again, they're learning how and what it means to be a part of a team, what it means to be a part of a college, and being exposed to all of these different avenues and different departments as well.
It sounds wonderful. And I mean, like I said, I've seen it in action. And you were like the Pied Piper that summer, leading those SYIers around with the movies. It was great to see. Let me turn now. What you got anything else, Daphne, that I haven't touched on before I turn to some of our Summer Youth Initiative participants?
Well, No, I want to let these young adults shine.
Okay, let's let them shine. The moment you've all been waiting for, faithful listeners. We got three SYI students who are presently working at Mott Community College. Gabrielle Daylove. Hello, Gabrielle.
Hi.
Hi there. We've got Catherine Shorkey. Hello, Catherine.
Hi, good morning.
Hey there. And then last but not least, Jaden Bruton. Hello, Jaden.
Hello, good morning, everyone.
Good morning, you three. So, have any of you been at Mott before one of these summers, or are you all brand new?
All brand new.
All brand new. So she spoke up first, so I'm going to let Gabrielle answer the next question. Gabrielle, tell us about yourself. How old are you? What grade are you in? What high school? And tell us what you're doing here at Mott Community College this summer.
My name is Gabrielle Daylove. I am 15 years old. I attend Hamby High School, and what I am doing here at my is helping with the intake, basically making files, making copies, um, and basically doing anything else my supervisors need me to do.
And what office are you in at the college, and who's your supervisor?
Miss Sonia White and Intake. That's the office name, Intake.
Okay. And is that under workforce development?
Yes.
Okay, very good. That's an important part of the college. That's where Daphne works, and I know a lot of folks over there, and it's a beehive of activity, whether it's summer, fall, winter, or spring. I can tell you that. Well, tell us just how's your experience so far, Gabrielle? Anything that you didn't expect that's happened, or is it pretty much smooth sailing?
It's actually been really great, and I really enjoy everything and all the people here.
Wonderful. Well, we're happy to have you. And I'm glad that you're under a great supervisor in a good part of the college and learning some things. Let me shift over to Mr. Bruton. Hey, Jaden, how are you?
Pretty well. How about yourself?
Good. So tell us about who you are, age, grade, and what high school you go to and what you're doing at Mott this summer.
Well, thank you for introducing me. My name is Jaden Bruton. I'm 17 years old. I'm going to be a senior next year at Grand Lake High School.
Okay, and what are you doing at Mott this summer?
So I came on as a data entry clerk, and I was assigned to the GED and Adult Education Center.
And so tell us what kind of data you're entering and what you're doing in the GED area of the college.
So a lot of the data that I'm doing is a lot of grievances, a lot of different applications, and overall just trying to get people situated in classes. Sometimes I'll help with career development, and other times I'll help with inventory. So it's really just kind of a mixed set of skills in different places that I feel like I can really draw different attributes to help me move forward.
Have you ever done this kind of work before anywhere or no?
I can't say that I have, but it's been very helpful.
Okay, and who's your supervisor here at the college?
So I have three supervisors. I have Miss Sonia White, I have Miss Daphne Epps, and I have Miss Lavinia Pennegar.
Oh yeah, I know all three of them. Lovely. That's a trifecta. That's what we call the trifecta here at Mott. Three powerful ladies who get the job done. So Jaden, any surprises that you've had, or is it smooth sailing?
I think I like to say it's smooth sailing, but I've had a lot of things that I thought I knew that I didn't know at all. It's even just simple things like answering phones and picking up like scanning and making copies and things like that to some of the more difficult stuff like databases and how to organize files in specific ways. And so I just think that as good as I have been doing in those things, I think that it was a surprise, like, wow, there's a lot of stuff that I do not know, but I'm here for it.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great attitude. It wouldn't be a learning experience if it was exactly as you envisioned it, right? If there weren't bumps in the road or twists and turns and things are gonna pop up every day in a workplace and you've got to learn how to navigate that. And what I heard Brianna say earlier was, and I'll call them soft skills. There's probably a better name for it, but adapting, thinking on the fly, having good judgment. And the only way you're going to do that is to have experiences that you learn from. So thank you, Jaden. I'm going to shift gears and we're going to finish with our third student. This is Catherine Shorkey. Catherine, you know the drill, age, grade, school, and what you're doing here at Mott.
Hello, my name is Catherine Shorkey. I'm 15 years old and I'm currently attending Davison High School. I have been stationed at the front desk at the Mott Workforce Building, and I really enjoyed it. I've learned how to answer phone calls in a workplace setting, how to direct people and figure out where they need to go. A lot of work learning how to use the copier and scanning things and making papers and running around, and it's wonderful.
That's fantastic. So, what's it like? What's the pace working the front desk over at Workforce? You get a lot of traffic in there?
You'll get really busy at the beginning of the day and then in the middle and in the end. There is a little downtime in between those busy times. And during that, you kind of move around and see if other people need help with other things. You can go to other departments, see if they have papers that need shredded or filed, things like that.
Okay. Anything happen in the course of your work that was unexpected or got any stories you want to share?
I don't think there's really anything that was super unexpected. A lot of learning curves, that things that I thought I knew kind of what to do, but I wasn't really sure.
So it is sort of along the lines of what you expected. Nothing significant in terms of surprises, sounds like.
Well, one of the really surprising things, my brother, he has been in the SYI Teen Quest program. This would be his 4th year. He's a senior, he just graduated. He has been at Mott in the workforce building all 4 years, and I got placed in the same building as him this year, and I was super excited. And Miss Daphne knows him well. He's been working with her for 4 years, and I got placed in the same department as him. And
Okay.
so that's fun, getting to kind of experience it. This is my first year, this is his last year. So,
I'll say for all three students, is part of the enjoyment of this getting to meet and make new friends? I mean, the three of you didn't know each other, right, before this. Am I right about that?
Yes.
So you're meeting people. Tell us about that, Gabrielle.
Um, it's actually been pretty nice. We all get along well. We all come to each other if we need help or have any questions, and it's just been a really great thing.
You can rely on each other. What about you, Jaden? Has it been a good experience meeting new people around your age?
I think it's been great, even just meeting people outside of my age range. Some of the clients coming in and things like that. Some very nice, some tempered, but you learn how to deal with people, and that's just the biggest thing. I think that's one of our greatest skills that we learn here at Mott.
Sounds like we're ready to hire Jaden permanently. You know, we had a presidential position open. I think Jaden, you should have put in for that. Woo, but I won't go there. All right, so we got 1 minute left. Let me go back to Bree and Tiara and Daphne. Anything that we haven't touched on, or anything that you heard that you want to emphasize about SYI and the larger importance of youth development in our community? Bree's looking to say something.
Yeah, I just want to piggyback off of the question that you asked, Tiara, and I think her and Miss Daphne are both great examples of not shying away from hiring teens. It is a great opportunity to give them a work experience, but to really be a mentor and help shape the rest of their careers.
Okay. One quick thing from you, Tiara.
It's an absolute honor to be able to sow into these young people and really not only prepare them for the workforce, but for them to walk in their area of gifting and encourage them that their choices are going to lead into their future.
All right, real quick, Daphne, what do you got?
I love being able to teach these young adults to stand up, be seen, and be heard.
Thank you, thank you. All my guests, all our guests on MCC Spotlight, thank you so much. I'm Dale Wayhill, your host. Happy to talk with you this morning, and we will be with you again next Saturday. Have a wonderful weekend, everyone.